Good morning. Welcome to Baking Bakers. Today we're going to make a simple broccoli salad. I modified it to my own liking, so I call it a broccoli cauliflower salad because I like to mix the two. And so let's get started. First, as always, clean hands, clean utensils, clean vegetables, everything clean. I'm going to start with some broccoli heads, and I'm just going to cut the heads off the stems. You can save the stems, grate them up and put them in your other salads, lettuce salad. We're going to need 5 or 6 cups. So the broccoli is super easy. You just cut through those heads right at the base, and they come right off, and they're just about the right size. The cauliflower is a little bit more challenging. I have taken the leaves off and cut out the heart, and then I just take a smaller knife and cut around to cut some of these clusters off. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut them up a little bit better. If I cut close to the top, mostly they will break apart. Might not even need my knife. This is a good salad that you can make ahead of time. It's actually best if it chills in the refrigerator for no less than an hour, but you can do it the day before your event easily. You can adjust the quantities if you're feeding a crowd. Around here, not a lot of people like it. It's one of my favorites, so I make it for myself, and then I just have it for lunch. All right. Believe me, this is the hardest part of the whole thing, so really super easy. And again, we want roughly 5 cups. I'm putting it in a big bowl because when I look at social media posts like mine where people are mixing things, they always put it in a bowl exactly the size of the ingredients, and somehow they manage to very well mix it without spilling it. That's not me. I can't do that. So I have to put it in a big bowl where I can just be sloppy. So 5 cups of vegetables. To that, we're going to add a half a cup of red onion chopped. Red onion is really the best choice for this. First of all, it's beautiful. It adds some color. Second of all, it's got that nice, crisp, almost spicy, pungent flavoring, which is just so good. So I'm going to dump that right in. I'm going to dump in a half a cup of cooked bacon, and truthfully, I oftentimes use the bought-in bacon, not the imitation stuff, but the stuff that's already been pre-cooked and crumbled. It's just so easy, and it tastes good. To that, we're going to add half a cup of sunflower seeds. I like to add pumpkin seeds. If you've not tried these, they're called pepitos. I get them at Walmart, and they are just a fantastic snack, but I like to put them in here. So I mix some of the sunflower seeds with some of the pepitos, pumpkin seeds, and I put those right in. The last part of this is a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Cheddar is a sharper cheese, and it gives it a really good flavoring. So I'm going to put most of that in. I'm going to keep just a little bit back to maybe garnish it with. All right, and we're going to set this aside. Let me get my other ingredients. This is the dressing. And let's see. So I am going to start with a cup of mayonnaise. You can use Miracle Whip, you can use real mayonnaise, or you can use yogurt. So I like to do a little bit of mixing. I have part of this, maybe 2/3 of this is real mayonnaise, and then the rest of it is vanilla yogurt, which just gives it a nice tang. Put that in my bowl. So you can play around with this recipe and find the tastes that are your favorite. I'm going to add, my recipe, which I've had for years and years, calls for 2 tablespoons of sugar. For me, that's a little bit much. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon. You can substitute honey if you'd rather. So I'm just going to put that right in there. And then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That's going to give it a lot of flavor. 1, 2. And then some salt and pepper to taste. About a teaspoon of salt and a ½ teaspoon of pepper. Or less. I probably wouldn't do any more than that. Do you ever wonder what these little rings on your bowls are? So you can put your finger in there and hold that bowl nice and sturdy while you're mixing your ingredients. Just gonna stir that up. Whoa, splashed. Stir that up nice. I'm gonna bring my salad back over here. Wipe that up. All right. I'm going to pour this dressing right on top, get it all out. All right, and then I'm just going to stir it up. This is why I use a big bowl, so I can stir it really nicely. So today, I've been thinking about my mom a lot. She's been gone for, excuse me, over 7 years. But in honor of her, I'm wearing my her apron, and I'm using one of her serving bowls. So let me get it. That's all mixed up nice. This, isn't it beautiful? This was my mom's bowl. It reminds me of her. Someone a long time ago once told me that your kids and your grandkids are not going to remember the dishes that are in the china cabinet, but they're never going to forget Grandma's mashed potato bowl or Grandma's salad bowl. So my best advice to you is, if you have some things like that are family, use them. Your kids will remember them, and that's what makes them special. It's the memories, not the cost. So let's put this in here. Okay, to that I'm just going to put my extra little shredded cheese on there. You can put craisins or raisins in this too. I happen to not like them, so I don't use them. That's all there is to it. It's beautiful, it's delicious, and it's kind of healthy. So I'm going to put this in the fridge for a couple of hours, and I will have it for lunch. So remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you have stories about your favorite bowls, I'd love to hear them. And until next time, have a great day.